In today's show, we're going to talk about how quickly the wheels can fall off. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman. And if you are coming through, I'd love to know your thoughts and experiences on this subject. Please do let me know that you're coming through. It's good to know who's watching and in the background. So we're just huddled up here on a Friday morning. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to a gin tonight. Fucking hell, it has been a busy week. So the subject that I wanted to talk about today was really off my own experience of being this week. So last week I was away on holiday. Not exactly a holiday, but just took time off work. Just took time away from social media, from the mastermind, from coaching, just from everything. And because obviously there's not much that we can pretty much do, just had some days out with the family. Now, the next 2 months are probably the busiest 2 months that I've had in terms of work and opportunities. We've got a second book on the way. I'm launching 2 new businesses in December. I was coming straight back into a 5-day challenge, what we're working on right now. We've got some things going on behind the scenes that we're trying to adjust and deal with. There's lots and lots and lots going on. So when I arrived in the office on Monday, it was like a huge tidal wave coming in, boom, and smacking me in the face. Danny, yes, please email me, and smacking me in the face. Boosh, straight in. And the whole week, I don't feel like as though I've caught up, which is why I'm looking forward to the weekend. You know, it's been a powerful 5-day challenge. It's been a really powerful 5-day challenge. Getting the new businesses set up, getting the clothing company coming in, getting everything set up in the background, and then being restricted by time limitations in terms of doing the school runs, looking after the kids, etc., etc., etc. Fucking real life, right? Woe is me. This is just real life. This is what we all go through. Now, because of that week before, I kind of almost had a relaxed nature. So it wasn't kind of like a gentle comeback. It was like a boom, we're straight back in. Now that's where 97.7% of men are. We come in and we're fucking washed away by a tidal wave of work, family, life, and everything completely consumes us, right? And it's been a really interesting, it's been a really interesting week in terms of some of the things that I've been writing down in terms of journaling. And I think that when we become very overwhelmed within our day-to-day life with everything that's going on, it can be very easy to forget ourselves. Now, thankfully, I haven't this week. I'm following I'm following one of my friends' 28-day programs. So I'm on the diet. I'm doing the training. Obviously home training now, so I'm looking after my health, but sometimes it just feels like, and I like this feeling, by the way, the constant pressure, the tightness of the chest, the constant need to be on high alert. You know, I kind of like that, but this type of scenario for many is where many will end up falling down. And it all comes down to conditioning and managing and having the resilience and having the focus and having, and you know, we are at all different levels of that state. So some of us are, I've been doing this for 7 years. I've been working on myself for 7 years. Some people haven't worked on themselves for a long time. So the way that we react is very differently. So when the wheels fall off, it's usually because we have a large amount of imbalance going on in our life, all right? So it's like sometimes 95% work, 5% you, and everything else. Sometimes it's 50-50. That's usually when we try and get down a gym a couple of times and we try and work on ourselves. And then sometimes it can be completely the opposite way. We become super 95% lazy bastards and 5% focusing on our work. But it's just this roller coaster of events. And because the roller coaster of life is always there for you, that will never change. Like, you know, The distractions and the barriers will always be there. But what will change and what can change is you. Now, I was thinking about my situation this week and, and everything that was going on. And I think if I had gone back, if that was me 3 years ago, I probably would have had a couple of drinks each night to deal with it. I probably would have mugged off my program. And I'm just being honest with you here. I probably would have had a lay-in on one of the days in a week. What kind of thing that's changed and what's different, Digby, come here, is the difference in the mission that I'm trying to achieve for myself. Like I was talking about this Monday, I've almost become obsessed with the mission that I'm on. And nothing is non-negotiable. Everything is, sometimes things are hard, sometimes things are not positive, but it's a case of smashing through that wall. And I spoke about that yesterday as well. It's about still doing what fucking needs to be done and showing up. Even if you don't want to, even if you're not motivated, even if you're tired and lethargic and you feel fucking blown out. It's about that commitment to the mission that you've set yourself. It's about doing what you said you were going to do. It's about backing yourself up. And the wheels fall off because we don't have that emotional connection to the mission. We don't have the passion, the desire, the drive, the hunger to keep going. When it's dark and it's cold, we decide to stay in bed. Whereas when you go through different chapters of working on yourself and being on the process, what you do is that stuff becomes non-negotiable. You get up at 4:15 regardless. You do your morning routine regardless. You do your workout regardless of the mood. You go into this automation mode where the patterns in your brain just show up. But that can only be achieved if you're working on yourself, if you're self-educating yourself, if you're pushing yourself, if you have what for me is the difference between the majority of people succeeding and not, accountability. Now, accountability is something that I think we all need. I've got a coach keeping me accountable for my 28-day program. I've got a coach keeping me accountable for my business. I've got my missus keeping me accountable for life. So there's all levels of accountability to say, why aren't you doing what you said you were going to do? Here's the structure. Here's the routine. And that's kind of feel like what's missing. And the reason that we do the 5-day challenge is to give people an insight into that world. And that's what some of the guys who have decided to commit to it and really go all in and give us that time and energy to do. And that's what a lot of them who are coming onto the 28-day challenge are going to learn the fundamentals of. It's about gaining the fundamentals of a process where someone gives you the structure, gives you the layout, gives you the education, gives you the drive, the passion, the commitment to help you find that. And that's what we do in the 28-day challenge. It's about going from a life of chaos and not knowing where to turn, not knowing how to change, excuse me, to having an opportunity to be part of something in a community that has structure, that has education, that has accountability, that has support. Because the truth is, unless I ever invested in any program or any coach or mentor, I never would be where I am today. Like, I'm indebted to Phil, who's my business coach, who for the last 2 years has helped me understand business and marketing. I'm indebted to Ross, who's my fitness coach, who helps me with my nutrition and my training. I'm indebted to Paul, who's my jiu-jitsu coach. And there's a few other people as well who I don't work with at the minute, but these people have huge effects on my life, huge gains in my life, and without them I wouldn't be where I am today. And I often think about the teacher role, and I think about teachers that helped me to get me to where I was, and it was no different really. Mentor, teacher, coach, educator, whatever it's going to be, there's always someone there to help you get there, and get there based on people's experience, and which is what I do. I end up sharing the last 10 years of my experience, 10 years plus of my experience, to help guys through the system, through a process, through understanding themselves, through finding their identity, through gaining and understanding that you only have to move forwards at a 1% rate, rather than trying to do it all overnight, trying to reduce the overwhelm. These are the things that's super important. And I've run out of time. Listen, if you want to join us on the 28th,